quiet. This is the time when you need to not talk. Don't whisper to your neighbor. Don't do any of that, because when all of you do that, guess what? Nobody can hear anything else. Okay? Please be respectful. All right, when we're singing, if it's okay, I know you don't know the songs, but you can at least listen. Most of these songs have the same words over and over again. They do that so you can quickly learn them. Okay, and they're all on the screen and you can all read, so at least this section can. This one might not be able to. They have an excuse. So please be respectful, okay? All right, let's go to our creature feature today. So I want you to quietly raise your hand if you have any of these pets. How many of you have a lizard or a snake? Okay, that's a no for my house, but okay. All right, a fish. Okay, a rabbit. I have 3. Yeah. A hamster. Okay, guinea pig. Cat. Yeah, now we're getting kind of cool. I have a cat too, outside cat. And a dog. Okay, that's on the list for us, but not yet. Okay, put your hands down. All right, I said no talking. I just wanted the hands raised. You can put your hands down. Just listen. Now, today we're going to talk about a particular kind of dog, okay? A particular breed of dog. In fact, shh, you're already talking. Come on. In fact, this particular breed of dog helps the shepherd take care of the sheep. And sheep dogs work with their shepherd, and they've been doing that as long as people have been keeping sheep. At least dogs have. Dogs have been helping to herd sheep. In fact, in the book of Job, one of the oldest books in the Bible, it mentions that Job had dogs attending his flock. Many different kinds of dog breeds work like sheep, including German Shepherds, the Old English Sheepdog, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi, and the Australian Shepherd. But one of the most famous sheepdogs is the Border Collie. Now, this breed is not original to Ireland. They come from another area, just like our missionaries are in Scotland. They come from Scotland. They come actually from the border between England and Scotland, hence why they're called Border Collies, because they came from the border. I never knew that. So, have you ever, you don't need you to say anything. You can just shake your head if it's true, okay? Have you ever had your mom, like at a store or restaurant or at church, give you the eye or the look? She doesn't say anything. She just looks at you, and you know, yeah, I've had it too. So, and I've given it as a mom, okay? And she doesn't say anything, but you know what she's saying with that look, don't you? Well, Border Collies are exceptional herding dogs, and they're known for using the eye, which means, you can see them doing it right here, which means that they direct the sheep to move or to stop just by staring at them. It's a pretty impressive ability. How did they learn to do that? Why do the sheep obey them with just one look? Well, we have to know a little bit about the history of Border Collies to do that. In Genesis 1, God tells us that he made animals according to their kind. So we have domestic dogs like Border Collies belonging to the canine or dog kind. And this kind also includes wild canines like foxes, wolves, jackals, coyotes, and all the animals in this kind are related because they are all created from the original dogs that were created during Creation Week. And you can think of a created kind like a family. Have you noticed that you don't completely look or act exactly like your brothers or your sisters or your cousins, your relatives? There's always some difference, right, between you and them. Okay, it's the same when God put different traits in the original dog kind. Today we have breeds from different shapes, sizes, hair colors, types, behaviors, and even though they look and act differently, they're all still dogs, right? So wolves were likely the great, you get the picture, grandparents of all domestic dog breeds, including the Border Collie. And wolves use many different impressive abilities to hunt their prey. They have a sense of smell that is estimated to be 100 times more powerful than ours. And once they've caught the scent of their prey, they can run up to 38 miles per hour. If they're hunting a herd of animals, wolves may stand close by and stare at that herd to judge the distance and to look for the best target. Through the process called domestication, humans purposely bred the most friendly, helpful animals together over and over, and they were able to redirect and separate traits that they liked for use with the humans. So today, we have nearly 400 dog breeds that exist, and were all bred for special purposes. For example, bloodhounds use their powerful sense of smell to find the people that are lost. Greyhounds are bred to racing dogs. They can sprint faster than even wolves can. And God gave the Border Collie lots of features that make them awesome for herding sheep, like good peripheral vision, alert ears, strong and nimble bodies that can run and move easily. Border Collies do not use their eyes to hunt sheep. Instead, they have learned to use their stares. They don't run past them. They just guide them with their eyes. Okay, so that's amazing. They don't have to race behind them, like the wolf does when he sits there and he stares at them and he hunts them down to chase after them. All the Border Collie does is tell them through his eyes. They can use the pressure of their stare to get the sheep to go where they want them to go, whether it's away from danger or into shelter or protecting them from harsh weather or new pastures. Now, why do you think a shepherd who loves his sheep would use a sheepdog to herd them? Well, sheepdogs can move sheep faster and farther than a human can. They do not replace the shepherd because they can't make decisions about the sheep on their own. But the shepherds instruct the sheepdogs on what to do, and then the sheepdogs get the sheep to do it. Through speedy sheepdog guiding the sheep to different places, they will startle the sheep into going where they want them to go, and that little bit of discomfort is actually best for the sheep. That can be like our relationship with the Lord. Sheep wander from the shepherd, and they may be unaware of approaching danger. We can wander away from a close relationship with God when we disobey him and we try to do things our own way. And that puts us in danger of hurting others and hurting ourselves. And that makes the Lord sad. And just like the Border Collie drives the sheep back towards the shepherd, the Lord allows the consequences of sin to motivate us to return back to him. In Psalm 23, David wrote about how God kept him from being tempted to sin. He said that the Lord led him in the paths of righteousness. And righteousness means doing what's right in God's eyes. Through the power of the Holy Spirit, we can turn from the wrong path of sin and follow the Lord on the right path. And we also will enjoy then the presence and the refreshment of God's presence. Just like the sheepdog follow their shepherd to get to green pastures and fresh waters, our animal guide for today is guide the Border Collie. He reminds us that the Lord guides us through the right path, to the right path, through his word. So I don't need you to say it out loud. I want you to think about it. What do you need to do today to follow the Lord? How can you plan to get to know God more? What can you do to grow closer to the Good Shepherd? Okay, now we're going to do the skit, and you're going to be quiet, okay? So give us just a minute, and we will get all this out of the way. Sheep in my way. I think I need a Border Collie. Okay. Turn that off. There we go. All right. Okay, we're ready to go.
you word it? Stillwater Farm is not for sale at any price? Wish I could look to see the look on his face when he reads this. Ooh, what? Oh man, Stillwater Farm is going to be bought.
Delicious, nutritious, bambitious. Patrick McPherson, you're becoming quite the cheese maker. Oh, a visitor. Sir, would you like to try a sample?
What is it?
Cheese. The best cheese you ever tasted.
What kind of cheese?
Sheep cheese.
Sheep cheese.
That's right. The finest in all of Ireland, if I do say so myself.
Interesting. So, you made it with those filthy hands and wearing that dirty apron in that musty old barn with those smelly sheep?
No. Well, yes. I mean, I guess you could say that. So would you like some?
I think I'll pass.
All right. So what brings you to Stillwater Farm?
Just doing some county business.
Oh, a government official. Wow. So, wow. So, are we in some sort of trouble?
Well, let's see. No, I think everything's going to work out just fine.
Patient, Eleanor, I'm coming.
Well, I guess my work's done here.
Everything's gonna work out just fine. I don't know what he meant by that.
My goodness, I figured farms were dirty, but I had no clue they were this bad. Well, not for long. If I'm going to live here, this grime has got to go. What in the world? Shh, shh, shh. What do you mean? Shh. There's nobody out here.
Oh, yes, there is.
Who?
Not who, what? See?
What was that?
Geese.
We have a flock of geese? We have a flock of geese? I thought this was just a sheep farm.
Not a flock of geese, just one goose.
But geese is more than one. I'm confused.
It's a goose named Geese.
A goose named Geese? Are you kidding me? Don't you think that's a bit confusing? Shane?
Stop saying my name. Geese will hear you.
Don't be silly. He doesn't know English.
Oh, yes, he does.
Okay, fine. So how long is this all going to go on? Whispering and wearing disguises?
Not long, because Stillwater Farm isn't big enough for the both of us. It's going to be me or it's going to be him.
Oh, so we're moving back to New York now?
Very funny. Dad, I can't believe Geese is still around after all these years.
Geese, oh, Geese ain't around no more. He's been gone for a long time. That one you see there is Geese Junior, the third.
Geese Junior the third? Say, who's naming the animals around here?
There he goes.
Sounds like he's got Geese's wild disposition, though.
That he does, I'm afraid.
Well, this is just great. If quitting our jobs and moving to Ireland to run a 100-year-old sheep farm that we know nothing about wasn't enough, we also have a crazy, psychotic goose on our hands whose name is Geese and speaks English. I think I need to lie down. I'm feeling lightheaded again.
I didn't mean he speaks English, just that he understands it.
I hope Erin knew what she was in for when she moved across this ocean. Does she know what she was in for? She knows it's a sheep farm, right?
Sorta. I alluded to it. I told her we'd be farming fluffy white puffs.
Fluffy white pups.
I know, but she was already iffy about the farming part and the living in the country part.
So you're saying Erin flew all the way around the country just thinking she was going to be a cotton farmer?
Maybe, but I only said fluffy white puffs. Sorry, Dad. It looks like it's going to be harder to get used to than we thought.
Well, you didn't think it would be easy, did you?
I guess I was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
Good morning, you two.
Morning. Isn't it about time for lunch?
Well, that's what I've got right here. I just need a few minutes in the kitchen to get it ready.
Well, that's the best news I've heard all day. Does that mean it's going to include some of your famous...
Soda bread?
Yeah.
Of course.
Shane, my boy, we are in for a treat.
Amen.
So why don't you boys carry on with your conversation, and I'll let you know when I get lunch ready.
Sounds like a plan, Molly.
Dad, why is it called Stillwater Farm? I've looked at that old sign so many times, but I've never thought about it before.
Funny, I remember asking my father the same question.
Really?
Yeah, when your great-grandparents came to this farm 100 years ago, newly married, looking for a place to start their life together, they immediately fell in love with this very spot.
It is beautiful. I can see why they chose it.
Then they built the house and the barn and had to come up with a name. It's customary for farms to have names, you know.
Like Green Acre Farms down the road.
That's right. So they thought the first thought was to name it Pleasant View Farm. But because of its beauty, but then your great-grandfather being a sheep farmer and all, and a lover of the Bible, he remembered in Psalm 23, it says that would be a better name for it. You know Psalm 23, of course, don't you?
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. The Lord's my shepherd. I shall not want. They sometimes read it at funerals.
I haven't been to very many funerals lately.
Well, that's a good thing. But now that you're a sheep farmer, you should really learn. It was written by David, the shepherd boy who became king of Israel.
Oh yeah, I've heard of David and Goliath.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, the psalm talks about how the Lord is our shepherd and how he cares for and protects the sheep. The second verse is what inspired the name. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Still waters. Like the pond behind the house?
Exactly. It was your great-grandfather's favorite spot on the whole farm. You would often find him praying or reading his Bible there. So that's the story how it got its name.
Thanks, Dad.
But seriously, Shane, my boy, you really should read Psalm 23 and the rest of the Bible too. It's God's word, you know. So it has the answers you need for life and help you stay on the right path. You do have a Bible, don't you?
Well, I need to get one.
Oh, that's okay. I've got one you can have. You know, there's no other book like it in the whole world. It's a precious treasure.
Lunch is ready.
Great. Shane, would you check that mailbox? I forgot to get it yesterday.
Sure.
We get anything?
Just one letter. It's from the county.
County?
That's probably just a newsletter or something.
Here.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Dad, what is it?
The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Bad news. It's a CPO.
A compulsory purchase order?
Yes. Looks like we may lose the farm after all.